Hello everyone, this is the Empress Speaks, and I wanted to pull some cards on Miss Carlee Russell and get an update on her situation, since she has admitted that there was no abductor, there was no baby in the middle of the road on the highway of Birmingham, in Birmingham, Alabama, just to see how she's doing. So I already pulled tarot on it. And I've been having some technical issues, so I'm trying to monitor that and maybe record on multiple devices to prevent what happened with the Rashad Jamal video. But anyway, Carlee Russell, first card we pulled was the Queen of Swords in reverse. So I do believe that's her energy, very emotional, or at some point that was her energy, very emotional, easily influenced, digmatized completely. Very narrow-minded, and your typical privilege and selfish behavior here, stereotypical, let's just say that. And then we have the Five of Cups in reverse, indicating that, yeah, she was very disappointed and grieved by the fact that she was rejected by her lover, boyfriend, whatever the case may be, and she felt like a failure, and she wanted to win him back, and so she cooked up this crazy scheme to do so. The Seven of Swords here indicates that she may have some air in her chart here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, where there was some dishonesty. She was trying to get away with something. She tried her best to come up with a really good lie, but she just kind of got deeper and deeper into all these mental fallacies, and it just kind of tripped her up, and she just had to admit that she was a fraud. So we've got the King of Swords here. I do feel that this is the masculine's energy, boyfriend or ex-boyfriend or whatever he was to her, and he was very truthful once he found out what was going on, very mentally clear, and I do believe he was truthful with her for the most part about not wanting to be with her and to end their connection, and wanting to end their connection. And I think that's what took her over the edge. I think he told her that I have someone else and this is not working out, but she would not accept defeat. She didn't want to lose him, as if he were some type of possession. She wanted to win him at all costs, because she felt like she would be the better mate, partner for him because of her status or whatever the case may be. But he seems to be, for the most part, speaking his truth, keeping away from her. So, and also this card could mean that Carlee needs a financial or legal advisor, which I'm sure she does have in this situation, that she's facing some jail time possibly. So then we've got the Queen of Wands in reverse. Again, I do feel that this is Carlee's energy, or perhaps even a mother figure, but I'm getting that this is more Carlee's energy. Very jealous, very selfish and insecure, wanting her looks to take her places that her mind cannot. She wanted someone to see her in a certain light and favor her over all others, and that just wasn't the case. It didn't happen that way. We've got the Hermit card in reverse. So she has lost her way. She's withdrawn, very lonely, as she's reflecting on the consequences of her actions. I think initially she thought she could get out of it, and maybe her parents thought the same, until the reality of the crime, the gravitas of this situation hit her, and she began to reflect, like, what can I do to get out of this? She definitely was thinking strategically of how to get out of it, but she was also thinking, I must look like a real fool over this man to have done all this ridiculous stuff, and people are making memes. So surely that has some effect on her ego. We got the Five of Swords here for the next card. So there is some abusiveness in this relationship. I think she was verbally abusive and said anything she wanted to say, perhaps even tried to emasculate. There's this masculine in this reading, which is probably why he would rather be with someone else than to be with her, or multiple partners instead of her. So he just got tired of the verbal abuse. Could be physical abuse, but I'm not getting that so much. I'm getting a lot of verbal abuse, a lot of conflict, a lot of, emasculating. Why wouldn't you want to be with me? I'm this, I'm that, and all that. And then we've got the devil card here that's in the reverse, just indicating that, she's exploring very dark thoughts, going back and forth with how she can make this go away. She probably was a bit entangled in some dark thoughts, thinking she could manipulate the legal system to her benefit. Perhaps, trying to go to a practitioner. It's really strange how the interview, from my understanding, was conducted in Georgia as opposed to their home in Birmingham, Alabama. So there's something a little off about her with this devil card in reverse. There's something happening with her confidence and her will to do things. She doesn't think she can turn this around on her own accord. She needs some assistance or help from outside of herself. And what that means, I'm not quite sure, but that's what I'm picking up on this energy. And then we've got the Queen of Cups here. So this could be the mother figure in her life that is trying to support her emotionally and help her through this situation, because we do have the Two of Cups in reverse here. She is broken up from this gentleman, or with this gentleman. He broke up with her, she broke up with him, or they broke up with each other. He's not communicating with her. So there's no communication. So she's trying to figure out, how to heal, and I think she's going to need some, mental therapy or something like that. Got the World card here in reverse. So there's some things where she's trying to get some personal closure on this situation as much as she can, because this guy is not talking to her. So, she might have to just accept the fact that she made an ass out of herself for no reason, really, but for the fact that she was, she wanted this man so desperately and he didn't want her. And rejection is I'm not trying to belittle it, because I've been rejected. I know that's a painful thing. And when you have not ascended and evolved, you try to lower or belittle that person or emasculate the person that rejected you, if it's a male, because you want them to feel bad about, leaving you, losing you, or rejecting you. And so that's where she is. She's not really going to get the closure she needs, because this man doesn't want to have a thing in the world to do with her, period. And then we've got the Three of Swords here in reverse. And basically she's moving on and trying to recover. Definitely needing some therapy, perhaps even long term. We've all made a fool of ourselves in love, but we can't make light of this situation, because what she did was very serious. Concocting these stories and lies and, costing taxpayer money and just all these different things. But the fact that she came up with this just, and for them not to be really talking about her motivation behind it, we're all assuming that this was for this man. But I think, at some point this is going to come out. She has to face it. She doesn't have to tell us her motivation, but she's going to have to live with that when it comes to employment opportunities and her growth. Eventually, this will all die down, but there is something there that caused her to go through with this type of hoax on this type of scale with this type of allegation. Okay, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like, where do you draw the line, with lying and fraud? Where do you draw the line? And this is something, I do believe she's done something similar to this before, because these lies rolled out of her mouth quite comfortably, despite them being so incredulous, despite them sounding like some of the craziest shit you've ever heard in your life. But it seemed as if she believed her own lies to the point where she had her family believe in those lies as well. And so, or at least that's what we think, the family believed those lies. I for one, personally think the mom knew a little bit more than what she is letting on, allegedly. Because one thing about it, mothers, we know our children. Fathers, we know our children. This story just seemed to me a bit sketchy all along. But as far as her mental state, I don't think she is as disturbed as she would like one to believe, or like the general public to believe. I think she might be spiritually disturbed, because these things indicate not just a mental imbalance, but also a spiritual imbalance as well. All right, that is the update on Miss Carlee Russell, and everything in this reading is alleged. If you like the vibe, please hit that like button, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. And until next time, take care of yourself and each other.